Hi friends, this is Raquel with Paints and Glitter, and today I am going to show you how you can make this adorable wand using a gorgeous piece from Reneabouquets. This is a beautiful board piece with a bee theme, and it does have that honeycomb pattern. To begin, I did paint the wand in white acrylic paint, and as you can see here, I'm also using Nuvo ink from TonicStudios in this gorgeous dark blue color. I'll be listing all of the supplies down below so you don't have to worry about the names and all of that. And as you can tell here, what I did was that I used a honeycomb stencil from Tim Holtz, and I started by pouncing the ink right on top of this white cardstock. I did cut out this piece of paper here and all of the other ones that you'll see right next to it with my Cricut machine. So if you need that pattern, I can definitely share that as well. It is a rosette. So as you can tell, I just kept adding ink once I liked what I saw, and I did use, if you want to compare it to shape, then I would say like an S pattern, as if I was drawing the letter S on this, just because I wanted it to look very organic, and I absolutely loved the results of this. And this is just white pearl cardstock, so it is a little bit heavier than just regular paper. I then did apply the adhesive here just on the little tabs that would fold down on one end, so you can do that on every single one of the pieces, as you can tell here, because they will all go together. Then you create a circle. If you're new to making rosettes, this is what I'm making here. So I just wanted to measure it out very quickly before I finished it to make sure that it was going to fit behind the wand. And once I had all of these pieces put together, I then was able to close up that circle and remove that backing. And sometimes it's a little tricky to take it off, but once you have that off, you just smush it down in the center, allowing that beautiful pattern to appear on your rosette, of course. And then that outside pattern, it was cut out automatically also with the Cricut, so I really liked it and I thought it played well with everything else. So using my little cordless glue gun there, I was able to add the adhesive to just a circle that I cut out using a paper punch that I have. And as you can tell, I like to twirl it around to make sure that it all fits nicely. Now, I decided to also make another rosette in a softer fashion. So I did take some crepe paper. This is that inexpensive paper that or rolls, I'm sorry, you can get at the dollar store. I don't have the expensive crepe paper in my stash, so I went ahead and just cut out some strips, some long strips. I don't think I measured them at all. I just made sure that all 4 of them were the same length. I applied adhesive, as you can see here, so that I could double them up, and they do meet at the center, so I just overlapped them. Nothing serious here. And then I just started pleating as if I were making a regular rosette. You can also do this with a needle and thread if you want to get technical about it. I didn't want to. I was just wanting to make this quickly, and there you see the end result. As long as the pleats are similar to one another, I think you can pull it off, and I think I achieved that here. So here you can tell I just glued it together as if it were a regular rosette at the end, and then I wanted to use the center paper here. You can tell there is actually what's left over from the die cut that I place on top, and I thought it was so pretty I didn't want to let go of that paper. So here I'm just making sure that it fits over the rosette that I've already made. So I just loosely started accommodating this by pressing down on it in the center, as you can tell there. Once I got it to the size that I wanted, and I try to make it a little bit tighter and all of that, then I went ahead and just placed my glue right behind that piece of paper, and that worked out. Here I'm using Glitterific, and ladies, I think this is leftover makeup from the 80s. I don't know about you, but mine has completely solidified in that bottle. I don't know why, but I don't leave it open. Anyway, I decided to use a palette knife instead of throwing it out and just use it anyway. It's so glimmery and pretty, so I applied that on the edges, and here you see that die cut that is just gorgeous. I applied that on top. This is actually a die cut from Spellbinders, so if you're interested, I think it's still being sold. I'm not quite sure, but I just thought it was so pretty. So here, this hexagon is going to go right on top because I am making a shaker. Now, I did use 2 different sizes of hexagons to create that border that you see there. I just cut them out several times out of thin chipboard and then white cardstock, and that allowed me to have that little lip. Now, I also cut out this acetate using the same dies. They are TonicStudios hexagon dies. I'll link those down below as well. And there you see the acetate fits perfectly because I used the same die to cut it out. Now I was just sizing my wand there. I filled this up with a bunch of little sequins and micro beads from Reneabouquets. The Gaudy Girl, I think it's called, I keep forgetting, but I'll link it down below as well. It's that pink chunky glitter, and I'm so sorry, I forget names. But I went ahead and set that aside. I did use a heavy acrylic block to make sure that it wouldn't move. Here I'm using my Nuvo alcohol markers to color the wand. Now, like I said before, I did paint this with white acrylic paint, so it gave me a good base to paint on or color on. That lighter blue is barely visible in the video, but it is called Skylight Blue, I believe. And then I used the darker blue, as you can tell there. And because it is an alcohol-based marker, it blends really nicely. So as you can tell, I placed my darker color just at the base of the leaves and then use the other marker to blend it out. And here you'll see it again because I go little by little. I don't try to place all of my dark color in at once because if it dries, you're going to not get the same effect. So that's just a little tip if you want to take that for what it's worth. Here I'm just applying the adhesive only on the border, and then I did apply some on the little leaves and all of that because I didn't want too much adhesive spreading throughout. But as you can tell, I also placed little gems here and there and little sequins from TonicStudios Nuvo. And I also finished this off with little flowers. The yellow ones are made with TonicStudios dies. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below. I hope you have enjoyed this video, that you can be inspired and be blessed. And thank you so much for watching.